we have finally arrived, right? We have been talking about this for so long. Everyone who follows the Camry trial, we have been really focusing on, particularly on my channel last year, about how the behavior of individuals have been, and how, in my opinion, affected how the jury would react, how the judge is reacting, how the prosecutor, the defense, and all of this combined, from the body language, from the perspective of social psychology and sociology, how everything has been affected, right? And 4 days ago, I said that the verdict will be not guilty. I said it, watch it, go and check it. 4 days ago I said they will decide not guilty. And I also said there, explained in detail, that the prosecution made a huge mistake at the end, in the final talk and the final speech and the closing arguments, made a huge mistake which led to these results. And I believe that the reason why this has been resulted into not guilty, the three things saved Karen Reed's trial, and that is, as I said before, Dr. LaPasata, ARCA saved Karen Reed, that in particular. Also, I mean, the physics and all that. But I think also the closing arguments of the defense also played a role, because it was clearly, obviously, that the facts were on this side and the kind of emotional nonsense were on this side. So the facts were way more. And also, the reason I think why they gave the guilty verdict for driving under the influence was actually an accurate and correct, in my opinion, verdict, because I think they wanted to give also, that's again, that's what I'm thinking, what they were thinking. They wanted to also, yes, she didn't kill John O'Keefe, but also they wanted her to be, taking accountability of driving under the influence, because it could have been much worse. She could have hit a child, she could have hit an elderly, she could have hit someone else, she could have drawn into a pedestrian or a house or something. So that was the accountability, in my opinion, what they wanted to bring across, and that's why I think they found her guilty on that charge. So obviously, clearly, no manslaughter, no second degree murder. I mean, just second degree murder is also like absurd anyway, but also, hitting someone, driving under influence and hitting someone, that also, because the facts were clear that he didn't have this type of injuries. And also the third is that she hit him and then she left him die. That was also not possible because of the second point, that she didn't even do it. He clearly, thanks to ARCA, thanks to Dr. LaPasata, it was absolutely clear that he wasn't hit by the car. And the x-rays, I'm telling you, the x-rays were the key in here, in my mind. I mean, it's clear as day. If you see, and if anyone is a pedestrian, knows what the consequences will be, right? if anyone is hit by a car, by a bike, what have you. And so that's why the x-rays and Dr. Lapasata's testimony and ARCA saved technically, and also the absolutely ridiculous mistake by Brennan's closing argument, all three is the reason why she was acquitted, and rightfully so, because the facts, the figures, the data, the science, the technology, everything says that it's clear as day. And so I found it extremely emotional, how particularly, you know, when she hugged Miss Little, that was very emotional. I mean, everything was so emotional. But let me tell you this, and if you don't believe me, still don't believe me, I don't know what else to say to you. I mean, if you follow me for some time, you know this already. If you follow my Sunday lives, you know this already about me. I can see things, sense things. I mean, I put my science, my knowledge, and my vision, everything together, and that's how I do these videos that turn out to be always accurate. And so I literally, the day before, I was working, and suddenly I was also thinking about this case, and suddenly I had this extreme, from the inside, emotional outburst and started to cry. I mean, I saw literally that she was acquitted. This was like this happiness in the court. I saw it in front of my eyes. It was literally in front of my eyes. That moment, I saw it a day before. And then suddenly I was like crying out from the, I mean, I not like super crying, but I was literally in tears from happiness, because I was literally choking, because I saw in front of my eyes that moment that she was acquitted and everybody was happy. I saw it, believe me or not, I saw it. And also 4 days ago, I literally said it, because also the factual, from the factual side, and also it's just so clear as day in my mind. And so what I also want to say is, today from early morning, if you haven't gotten my, or enrolled or taken my justice course, you need to take that, because today I did a blueprint that I couldn't believe it. Not only unlocked things for her, but also unlocked things for me. And when you see that I have two courses that goes hand in hand, my abundance course and my justice course, and the basic core step, and I think I will do a separate course for that, just for that technique. It's on both core blueprint, but that core blueprint, I did it today. I didn't specifically do it, but of course I also was focused on her and directed it towards her. And also I kind of didn't know what the results would be, because the results also affected me in my life, because I got extreme surprises from the abundance side. I just was like, it was insane. And that's why I highly encourage you to take that justice course, and if you want to, the abundance as well. It's my blueprint, my life's blueprint, and it worked again today. The whole day in the morning, I did the whole day, I did that core step, not only directed, also not only affected her, but also affected me in just a very positive way. I just couldn't believe it. And so yeah, I'm all, as you all know, in for justice for Officer O'Keefe. And as I told you, Bev was, the judge was, for the last 3-4 days, very good to the defense. and Brennan was literally like embarrassed to its core, and like putting his tail in under the, you know, it's like whatever it is that the phrase is, and he was like embarrassed to the core for the last 2 days after, because even you could tell this from his body language and his voice of tone and his closing arguments. From that point on, he lost it. He lost it. That's why he also is just like whatever, you know. But what I didn't, I couldn't do yesterday a live stream, but I saw something which I wanted to mention, but I was a little, not feeling well, so I couldn't do it live yesterday. But I wanted to say something about what I saw yesterday in that 3 question, right? So the 3 question came in, and then she answered it, and then it was more towards like, you know, the defense again, very, very towards coming really well towards the defense. But then there was the break, right? Everyone went off, like the recession, right? They went off. Let me tell you, I know, mark my words, on that recession, I'm telling you, if that didn't happen, I don't know my name. She and Brennan talked. I'm telling you, she and Brennan talked. Because at the 4th question, then she was absolutely towards the side of Brennan. She did not give it, because she said, right, because she was literally asking him and was really strictly against anything that the defense said. She was strictly against, and it was so obvious, it was extremely obvious. Then also today, with that question also, that she literally almost asked permission to Brennan and said, right, it's just, that's like this, right. So she almost asked for permission to put this in paper, or just how to do it. It was so clearly, just go back and watch it yesterday at the 4th question and today, and she was literally almost as if the accommodation of, I mean, asking, almost today was really bizarre, to asking him for permission, like if she should do it that way. So that was very clear in my mind yesterday. She definitely talked with Brennan, or Brennan talked with her, and kind of like, here, listen, you gave everything to them, but here, listen, let's, you know, do it also a bit for our side. And then she was strictly against the defense, very boldly, and then she gave the hand to the defense. But let me tell you also, I said 3 things that happened that led to the not guilty, but also I have to say it. The entire time, Judge Bev was like, you know, for the judge, for the prosecution, which is the, as I mentioned this in my last video, this is the corruption of the system, that's always about the prosecution, right? Rarely the judge give any breather to the defense. But as I said, for the last week, or now it's like the last 4 days of the trial, 3-4 days of the trial, she was more towards the defense. She was really trying to give more to the defense. And let me tell you, that actually helped the case. Because she was, if she was like the first trial, this would have been so much harder. Almost, we were so close for that. But of course, as I'm telling you, the Dr. Laposata and the ARCA really gave the completely different scenario this time. But still, the judge coming towards the defense a little bit more also helped the case. Now, this is now over, and very, very happy to see that, to hear that. It is absolutely disgusting that the statement that Brian Alberts and the McCabe's have put it out right away, and they're just like now out of the sudden they're just like, oh, Officer O'Keefe, they will again brainwash the brother, and the brother is already being brainwashed by his wife. Well, I mean, you saw everything. We saw all of that already in their body language and what have you. And the first trial, I mean, talked a lot about that. But now, what I also want to say again, what about, and as you know me, I have no filter in my mouth. I say how it is. What about for 3.5 years, all the law tubers making fortune off of the Karen Read trial? What about those? It bothers me to my core. It bothers me that they already not only made a fortune on YouTube, made coming on to TV shows, were invited as if there were like some experts. They're just a YouTuber and they were just invited just because they have a YouTube channel. It's insane what's going on. It's disgusting to me. It's ridiculous to me how that it's just being fun and they're enjoying it and everybody's like happy. This, they are still don't understand like what this point is all about. And also I hate it so much that to just do like, here, let's do buy our merchandise, Karen Read, whatever, and the money doesn't go to Karen Read, the money goes to their pockets. That's also another thing. Also, there were these other ones, like these two people, I don't know, they were all about the super chat. They're all about, okay, they were just like there to discuss the case, but no, their one is constantly focused on their super chat, on their comments, and the comment people just, I just don't understand. You just watched the goddamn trial. Why would you come on a live stream and do the whole shebang of the live stream and then all ask like $5 super chat? So did that, I don't know, judge raised the hand that way? Oh yeah, they raised the hand that way. And then $10. Oh, she turned to the right, correct? Oh yeah, she turned to the right. Like, I don't know, I don't understand this. I don't understand the how people are so lack of understanding of the, or using their own brain to make sense of anything they are seeing themselves. You can come on and do some commentary, and I mean, for me, there's no point of sitting here watching, let's say, the verdict watch for, I don't know, 6 hours live for nothing, and sitting there and discussing everything we already discussed. Like, what's the goddamn point? I don't understand how people just using their lives in such a wasteful way, and in such a, okay, you got the money for what? It bothers me that only they got money for nothing, and also people really encouraged us to give for stupid questions a super chat. And also the way they are just like making fun of this, making jokes of it, and just as if this is like fun YouTube whatever community, hey, and what do you think about this? It's just like, if you want to comment on something, just comment on something, but just don't make, because people, these law tubers, forget what the point is. And the point is, and I keep talking about this in these murder cases, whatever, I try to talk about from the different variety of angles, as a, and I'm not analyzing the behavior and sociology, psychology, sociology, and in that, and the technology and the DNA, what have you. I'm a geneticist, I'm a, So, right? In any case, you can talk about this as from the expert perspective, but people don't understand what the actual point is. And the actual point is, and I'm talking about the law tubers that made a fortune for 3.5 years out of Karen Reed's trial, and that is that one person was brutally murdered, and the justice, and people forget that. And I try to always referring back to what actually the point is. Again, these law tubers made a fortune, and now let me tell you what they will do. They will find another trial, which is, I guess, ongoing. They will stick to the disgusting Diddy trial, and already one law tuber made a membership here. Come to the membership. I will talk about the Diddy trial. And then there is this Brian Kohlberger. I said last 2.5 years, actually 2 years ago, about Brian Kohlberger, and everyone hated what I said there. Go back and watch it. There's no point for me. See, that's the thing. I don't understand the point of coming on every single day, make people happy, make the YouTube algorithm happy, but what a wasteful life, right? Because what's the point? What's the point from the perspective of the viewer watching the trial and then come back and then chit-chatting, have a disgusting chit-chat on the chats, forgetting what that actually is about? And from my perspective, we talk about a brutal murder, and I feel suffocated and I feel choking when I think about how Officer O'Keefe has died. In my mind, Officer O'Keefe did die by accident. They did not want to murder him. They wanted, yes, they did probably fights, what have you, but they did not. I think he was literally died by an accident, hit his head by an accident when he maybe, I guess, when the dog just run over him and just start biting him. Maybe he just loses balance, what have you, or he was there was something on the floor and they just like he fell back. I don't know, but he did died in the basement. He was inside. I told you this in the last video, and I mentioned that my theory how he actually died based on Dr. Lapasata's medical analysis, the timing and the data from the temperature of his cell phone and the temperature of his body and the timing of the injury and the timing of the death. So and I said there, but the question became, everything was clear except one thing, when he was put it outside, and that question was answered, which I totally missed it. I totally forgot about that. After I made that video 4 days ago, and then 2 days ago, I realized, wait, I saw information. Actually, what happened was, she, as Karen Reed called Jen McCabe, that I'm just now going out looking for John O'Keefe. Then she made a phone call to Nicole at 5 a.m. in the morning, and that exactly is when they put him outside, because it was the timing now matches 100%. Watch my previous video where I laid down the facts, medical facts, his injuries and the data and his temperature, and when he was putting outside, how he was putting outside. And now we know 100% that's accurate, because I totally forgotten that she called Nicole and that's that she's coming towards Fairview. That's when they put him outside. Full stop, period. He was inside, full stop, period. He was put outside when she got the phone call. Nicole got the phone call from McCabe, Jen McCabe. That's the story. That's the medical explanation and the technology explanation of everything. So I really do hope that John O'Keefe will get his justice when these people who actually did this and covered it up, they didn't want to kill him. I'm going to tell you this. They did not want to kill him, but when he got deadly injured, they covered up. They left him to die. And that's her charge too, right? Leave him to die. Not guilty. They left him to die. And then all the cover-ups. I really do hope that he will get his justice, so that justice will truly be served, not only finding her not guilty, but also finding the people who did this to him and desperately covered it up also will be getting what they deserved and be held accountable. That's the hope, that's the wish. And I really, for all the law tubers, don't forget what the point is. Don't also make your fortune off of people's misery or death or torture or what have you. I think as lawyers, people need to understand the severity of the facts. And if you say, okay, you know what, I'm a lawyer, I don't care, and because we are trained not to care that much, I don't think so. For me, from the medical field, I can say there are horrible doctors, but they're good doctors. And we can totally see from Alan Jackson, from Yannetti, how he cried. There are good lawyers out there. There are good lawyers out there. I had a lawyer, she was an angel. She literally was an angel. And Alassi and Little, the way she hacked each other, it was heartbreaking. It was so, so heartbreaking. And I wish everything best for her. And I think that charge with driving under influence, again, was given from the jury towards her, that she should be held accountable, because it would have gotten worse. It could have been that she could have had probably killed somebody else. So they wanted to make sure that she still had been held accountable. And I really do hope that she can focus on her health. She can focus on her life. She can get back everything together, and she can build her life. And I really, really do hope, I honestly really do hope, I was thinking about this before I came on, that she will not fall into this money making trap, this attention trap, so that she comes on non-stop on the television and just give these things and make herself as a celebrity. I really hope, Karen, if you watch this, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. It's still your boyfriend who died. I understand you went through a lot, but still your boyfriend was brutally murdered. So focus on your own life. Don't come on and these shows, and don't fall into this trap and people make you like this, you know, come on to shows and make money off of stuff. It's still a dead person that we are talking about. Please, 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 because everyone was on your side. And if you do that, that is not, in my mind, would really not come across well. Plus, I think it would be heartless. So please focus on your own life, focus on your own health, and I'm happy that if you will need to do some rehab or whatever, if you stop drinking because you have MS, so you need to stop drinking, please. You need to stop drinking. Stop mess up with your brain. You can see what happened. I mean, it's not like a normal person drinking. It's you have MS. And so it's an autoimmune disease, and that's why. And also you have you already overcame colon cancer, so you need to stop drinking. So I think this verdict was, factually accurate, also to give you hopefully the understanding that from the medical perspective, to not drink and don't come on to shows. It's just focus on your life. It's over, and if you want to grieve, and you just get your life back together. That's what I would say. Hopefully you watch this, and congratulations. And I hope Officer O'Keefe still will get his justice, okay? Bye-bye, guys.